Hello and namaste. Welcome back to my podcast, Know Your Yoga and the World. Yes, for the last weeks we've been talking about the speed of modern life and how this speed affects our nervous system, our digestion, and our sense of inner balance. And today I want to talk about something many of us are longing for, but only rarely experience in a real deep and nourishing way. Of course, I'm talking about resting. And I don't mean sleep. It is not distraction I'm talking about. It's not laying down on the couch while watching telly. I'm talking about real rest. Because many of us are tired in a way that sleep does not fix. We do live in a world that never truly allows us to power down. Messages do arrive even late at night. I remember when I was a child, my friends were not allowed to call our house after, can't remember, maybe 8 o'clock. It was not allowed. People said it's nighttime, we need our rest. But nowadays, my nighttime does not mean anything on the other side of the world. So notifications do continue 24/7, and we do allow that. Our mind even keeps replaying conversations or responsibilities or unfinished tasks over and over and over. When our body stops moving, most of the time our nervous systems do not stop. And this is so crucial because this is where exhaustion begins. From an Ayurvedic perspective, our balance depends on certain rhythms: activity and rest, movement and stillness, input and then processing. But our modern life emphasizes only half of the rhythm. It only puts emphasis on doing, responding, producing, and our beloved consuming. So rest becomes something we just postpone, or even worse, something we feel we must earn to have it, or even enjoy it. How many of you do feel guilty when you ask for a break, or for a vacation, or when you just ask to have some time to yourself? Then, slowly by slowly and on, we even will forget how to truly recover it all. Friends, I'm sorry, this is the wrong way. This will sooner or later get you all into a burnout. I know some of you feel that already. I know that. Some of you maybe even see it coming, but you still force forward to it. Why is that? I'm asking myself, and I'm asking you, why is resting such a hard thing to do for most of us? I think one of the biggest reasons resting does feel difficult for us nowadays is that we do often confuse it with just plain distraction. Think about that for a second. We do really think when we sit down and we just take a break and stare in our phones that we do give ourselves a break. But scrolling is not resting. Streaming time is not resting time. And a constant background noise is not restful. All these things, they just numb our minds. They do not restore our nervous system. True rest only begins when the overstimulation ends, when our senses soften, when our nervous system feels safe enough to let go of vigilance. Some of you might have already been so lucky as to recognize this in small moments. For example, when you sit in silence just for a few minutes, when you go for a walk without listening to anything on your device, when you just look out of the window and do nothing but looking, or when you just consciously exhale very slowly, and then you feel your shoulders dropping. There, you feel it. There's a quiet shift. This shift is the body moving towards restoration. In our beloved Ayurveda, healing and repair happen when the body enters a state of safety, when the nervous system can shift from alertness into restoration. This is the same state that supports digestion and emotional balance and our clarity and even deep, deep sleep. And without it, we do continue running on depletion. But with it, the body remembers again how to renew itself. You know, the easy part and the great news are that rest does not require long retreats or perfect fulfilled routines. It just begins with small moments. Pausing instead of rushing. Allowing silence to exist. Really, you have to allow silence to exist. Remember, Buddha said, if you are in a hurry, go slowly. It may seem small, but this has a huge impact. Also beneficial, something else happens when we allow ourselves real rest. At least for some of us, it's beneficial because feelings will surface and thoughts will settle. And at first, for some of us, this may feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable, because we are used to constant overthinking. But underneath all that, there is steadiness. And rest allows us to reconnect with it. So, please do remember, rest is not laziness. Rest is regulation. Rest is repair. Rest is self-love and self-respect. So, today, instead of asking, how can I do more? Maybe you can ask yourself, where and how can I do less? Where and how can I stop? Where and how can I pause? Because when it all is given a break, when we give a space to rest, all the energy and the clarity returns. And some of us will begin to feel new and healthy and good again. I really wish this for all of us. So, thanks for being here with me today. Please, until next time, allow yourself to slow down and rest whenever and wherever you can. Stay grounded, love and light.